Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven, Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Манай нэвтрүүлгүүд олон хэлээр гардаг зочлог хаяг suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Dr. Salgado's 8-year worldwide Genesis series includes photographs of landscapes, wildlife, seascapes, and indigenous peoples. By looking through his lens, he says he now understands that animal people, like an iguana person he photographed, are just like his brother or relative.
Dr. Sebastião Salgado,
celebrated photojournalist with love for nature and the environment. Please continue watching to find out more.
Vegan, embracing the whole creation.
Idabina means "how are you" in Garifuna, a language spoken by the Garifuna people. Beautiful viewers, my name is Rosalba. The Garifuna wish that you be forever blessed with the light of divine wisdom. Welcome to our program titled Dr. Sebastião Salgado, celebrated photojournalist with love for nature and the environment. Growing deforestation is a big issue for the sustainability of our environment because forests are home to much of the world's biodiversity. In the Amazon alone, around 17% of the rainforest has been lost in the last 50 years. However, there are some contemporary stories demonstrating what a small group of passionate and dedicated people can do by turning deforestation on its head and beginning the reforestation process. Today, we introduce Dr. Sebastião Salgado, an internationally acclaimed and multi-award-winning documentary photographer known for powerfully expressing the suffering of people living in hidden corners of the world, and for his collaborations with humanitarian organizations. He has also helped to restore a portion of the Amazon rainforest that is part of UNESCO's Mata Atlântica Biosphere Reserve. Dr. Salgado was born in 1944 in Aimorés, located in the state of Minas Gerais, Brazil. He studied economics at São Paulo University and completed a master's degree in 1968. He then settled in Paris, France, where he continued his studies and earned a PhD in economics from the University of Paris in 1971. Dr. Salgado began work as an economist for the International Coffee Organization, which is based in London, UK. He traveled several times to Africa on behalf of his employer. In 1971, while on an assignment in Rwanda, Dr. Salgado began to take photographs of the people he encountered there. His desire to illustrate and document his work and life sparked his interest in photography. In 1973, he decided to abandon his career as an economist and transitioned his passion into the photography profession. For several years, the Brazilian photographer collaborated with large photo agencies. In 1994, along with his wife, Lelia, the curator and designer of all his exhibitions and books, he formed his own photo agency in Paris called Amazonas Images. Since the mid-1980s, the photographer has worked on long-term, self-assigned projects that tell a story through a series of images. He documents marginalized people and majestic landscapes and sometimes combines both in the same frame. Dr. Salgado's work evokes a sense of connection with the individuals and animal people that inhabit the world around us. He has been especially recognized for photographing famine and its effects in Africa's Sahel region. Much of his portfolio has been published in books. In his acclaimed career, 3 projects very much stand out. Workers, 1993, Migrations, 2000, and Genesis, 2013. Dr. Salgado's 8-year worldwide Genesis series includes photographs of landscapes, wildlife, seascapes, and indigenous peoples. It presents the unblemished faces of humanity and nature. By looking through his lens, he says he now understands that animal people like an iguana person he photographed are just like his brother or relative. His work raises public awareness about the urgent issues of climate change as well. The Brazilian's images are exhibited at many prestigious institutions all over the world and are held in many museum collections globally, including by New York City's Museum of Modern Art, the J. Paul Getty Museum in Los Angeles, the National Museum of Modern Art in Tokyo, the Art Institute of Chicago, and Paris Centre Pompidou, among others. In 1985, Dr. Salgado was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize in Feature Photography. He was the subject of Wim Wenders' 2015 documentary, The Salt of the Earth, nominated for the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature for the 87th Academy Awards. In 2021, Dr. Salgado was bestowed one of the world's largest and most prestigious art prizes, the Premium Imperiale, from the Japan Art Association. It is referred to as the Nobel Prize of the Arts. The gentleman has also been a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador since 2001. From 1994 to 1997, the prize-winning photographer worked on a project covering conflicts in Rwanda and former Yugoslavia. In 1997, he returned home to take a rest and heal himself as advised by his doctor. At that point, the renowned photographer decided to abandon photography and become a farmer and work the land. After going home in 1997, he purchased the family farm that is in Minas Gerais. However, he was shocked to find what was once a lush forest had become a ravaged landscape and devoid of wildlife. He recalled that when he was a boy, the farm was at least 60% covered in trees. Now, it was less than 0.5%. In an interview for the 50th anniversary of UNESCO's Man and Biosphere program, he said, "The land was as sick as I was feeling sick myself." Seeing the barren land, his wife Lelia said, "Sebastião, you always told me you grew up in paradise. Why don't we rebuild this paradise?" And he replied, "Why not?" From then on, together with his wife, he embarked on a journey to restore the ecosystem. To achieve the goals of wildlife restoration and sustainable rural development in the region, the couple founded Instituto Terra, located at the Bocau farm in Aimorés, Minas Gerais, in April 1998. This nonprofit organization is dedicated to the mission of reforestation, conservation, and environmental education. To date, it has planted at least 3 million trees. After 20-plus years, the formerly desolate land is now thriving with hundreds of new flora and fauna and has become a lush forest. All the biodiversity has returned, including the jaguars, which were thought to be extinct in the Doce River Valley. Today, the area is home to an estimated 293 species of trees, 172 species of bird people, 33 species of mammal folk, 15 types of amphibian persons, and 15 species of reptile individuals, many of which are endangered. Thanks to Instituto Terra, Dr. Sebastião Salgado, who was seemingly born to take photographs, decided to take pictures again. "I planted 3 million trees. They have rebuilt me," he said.
Et là, à ce moment, je ne voulais plus photographier seulement une seule espèce que j'avais photographiée toute ma vie. J'ai voulu photographier toutes les autres espèces, partout dans le monde. Et à ce moment, j'ai compris ma planète, j'ai compris ma fonction dans cette planète. Ces arbres, en grandissant, elles m'ont reconstitué, elles m'ont transformé à nouveau en être humain équilibré avec de la santé. Et il faut qu'on fasse très attention, qu'on prenne des leçons de tout ça pour qu'on puisse se rapprocher à nouveau de notre planète. Et c'est des moments très spéciaux.
Today, the project has inspired many by giving a concrete example of positive ecological action and showing how quickly the environment can recover with the right attitude. Now, the couple-initiated idea has become very influential with 82,000 plus people having received training from Instituto Terra in environmental restoration and other areas, including students, forestry technicians, and farmers. Nature always reveals unconditional love and blessings to Earth's inhabitants. A tree, for example, can give humans spiritual points. On December 5th, 2010, at the Greenest Heroes Gala in Cancun, Mexico, Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, provided precious insight on how we receive blessings from trees.
A tree about this size that you could put the arm around it. For example, the pine tree in the forest, one tree alone blesses you 15% spiritual points daily by just being there. And even the small plants, when you walk in the garden or you sit in the garden, you meditate, you have more spiritual points than sitting on a concrete in a small room somewhere.
We thank you, Dr. Salgado, for your compassionate efforts to express the suffering of the homeless and downtrodden of the world through images, and for your unconditional efforts to help restore our environment and preserve our planet. May your noble lifestyle and commitment to the environment continue to serve as a model for people all over the world in the elevating grace of the Providence.
Our gracious Creator cares and provides for all His creatures. His tender mercies are over all His works. And so far as His love influences our minds, so far we become interested in His workmanship and feel a desire to take hold of every opportunity to lessen the distresses of the afflicted and increase the happiness of the creation. John Woolman, vegetarian.
Compassionate viewers, we appreciate your company today for Dr. Sebastião Salgado, celebrated photojournalist with love for nature and the environment. Coming up next is Heavens Assist Those on the Benevolent Vegan Path, Part 3 of 3 on Between Master and Disciples. May we each bring harmony to the lives of our loved ones as we care for and uplift each other.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.